guy doesn't know anything. You agree? Yes, it's true. Huh? Wasn't it one man they said? He said, I don't know anything. And they say he's wise. Socrates, his name? Was like this. He said he wasn't playing around. He said, he admitted, I don't know anything at all. And they say that he's the wisest man. But even to say that he is the wisest man itself takes some wisdom to recognize his wisdom. Isn't it? I ask you to turn your attention inside. Now, just turn your attention inside. You're aware that you are just sitting here. You can feel the physicality of your body, its weight. You're aware of the atmosphere in the room, the temperature of the room, or around you. Even if there was no sounds to hear, maybe just the humming of being. Your senses are functioning naturally according to their own law. There's nothing to control. This is the marvelousness of the being. You're doing nothing at all. Be aware of this natural sense of presence. No one gave this to you. You did not create. It's not a psychological state. The marvelousness of this is that the various functions of the body and mind are naturally perceived, effortlessly perceived, you see. And yet they add nothing nor take anything away from this. Vast like the sky, without bound. You cannot come to the edge of your being, beyond which there's nothing. The being is not the size of your body. Be aware of this. It has no size, has no boundaries. It has no image. It is not the image of the body. All thoughts, all sensation passes through here, are perceived here. And yet, it does not expand or contract. You are not imagining this. Simply acknowledging. There is nothing to visualize here or create. Your effortless existence. It has no beginning. It doesn't begin when your eyes are closed. It does not stop when your eyes are open. Nothing that you do or do not do affect it. And yet, it seems unnoticed. Now you're here. Your mind really has no power here. Rather, mind gets absorbed here. It has no autonomy here. Here mind becomes one. Notice also that you don't need to be careful. It's not take care, you have to be careful, you might lose it. These are mere thoughts, there's nothing to lose. There's no distance. It is not a possession. Whose possession? These are mere thoughts itself. It is not affected by any form of conditioning, religious, social, none of these things touch it. It is beyond conditioning. It is innocence beyond even the concept of innocence. This should be clear for you in this moment. The waves of mind can only be waves because there's the space of awareness for them to flow through, but cannot stick. Be clear about this, you see. Again, no imagination is required. No effort is required. No construction is required. It is already so. It has no beginning. Look and see. Look and see. Bring in any form of beginning and see if it touches this. And what is without beginning has no end. Look and see. It has no middle. Look and see. Not imagine. Mind will rise up with many ideas, will offer you to consider. But aversion is not this. You may say, but how do I know I'm not just imagining this? Because imaginings and the effort to imagining is also observed in this. This is our true self. It is not a mother or father. It has no religion or any belief. It is your natural being, natural state. It is not delicate. It does not need protecting. Who can protect? What would that mean? Look and see. There's no direction for you. You're not more in the East and less in the West. All these are mere concepts. Far, far, far are they away from what you are. Don't cling to the idea of personhood. It is always changing anyway. You may enjoy its here and goneness, but cling to no image, for none is stable, no image is eternal. Say inside your heart, I am the embodiment of grace. I am the self unchanging. All this world of changes are my play. And yet there's no arrogance in you, no pride, no competitiveness, no judgment. The varying and various tendencies of the mind operate in the vast field of being, but you are not at the mercy of the mind. That was just an old dream, a delusion. It will come again. Don't be afraid. Keep remembering, I am the self. I am the self. Don't merely think this, confirm this. Here there is neither night nor day. Here there are no events. And yet the play of changes happen in the body and the mind, in the realm of the consciousness, and this is perfectly fine. But here, behind the screen of the mind, you're right here, ever present, ever the same. There's nothing to force, nothing to change, nothing to fix, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Nothing to know, nothing to become. Feel your being. It is not dead. It is not inert. It is not developing. It simply is. And out of this isness, love shines from here. You are the unity of being. It is our natural state. Don't cling to the mind and be pulled into the field of the delusions. Don't wait for the mind to stop. You stop. And mind will have no alternative but to stay with you. Heart is the true guru of the mind. Mind is not the guru of the heart. And become acquainted with stillness, with emptiness. It is unbound. Don't touch any thought or concept about next. This is the habit of the mind. Stay as you are. This is the eternal now. And there are no oaths to take, no promises to be made. Simply rest in your natural being. You cannot separate from yourself except through delusion, through dream. Now is the time for your awakening. Now is the time for your awakening. Lose all arrogance, all pride, all strategies, and the rest will fall. Your nature is peace. Your nature is joy, natural happiness, and the intuitive and spontaneous knowing that there is no end to what is. There is no need to imagine this. It is already clear. It is already present in you. Mind gives the illusion that this can fade. But now, here, in this moment, see if this is true. It is not that the self or the truth can fade. It's just the attention moves again to the past, to projections. This habit you will conquer. It is not natural for you to be bound. It is not natural for you to be bound. It is not even natural to be thinking you're free. Simply you are. May you conquer the waves of delusion. Discover and remain as your pure being. Paying attention to your being, also notice that you're not in a state of waiting. This is important. You are not waiting for any effect, for none is needed. You're sufficient within yourself. So you will move naturally. When hungry, you will eat. When thirsty, drink. When the energy is present, the body will move. You will do. Do not be pressured into haste. But let the life force flow in its natural way. At times it will manifest very energetically, at other times very quietly, hardly any movement. Understand this, and be without force. Trust it. And you will find no difference between the life force and yourself. May you be free from the hypnosis of conditioning and from the illusory influence of the mind. May you step across the line, free from ignorance. May your life be full of grace. You deepen in wisdom, in loving kindness, in purity of heart, in grace, in wisdom. May what you have come to recognize here not turn into mere nostalgia, but be your vivid being. May your light never fade, nor may you feel overwhelmed by the mind. It will come. It will come with full power. But you have every power to transcend. There's not more things to learn. You just keep honoring what you have seen, what you know. Hold firm. There are not many things to remember, but there are key things to remember. Again, you're not waiting, not waiting. For the first time, pay attention inside your heart and confirm you're not waiting, not waiting. Simply, you're here. It is enough. You're here. Let your life be an unfolding rather than a constructing. Some constructing is natural for the being, it happens naturally. But for you it will not be by force. There's a place for effort, but you need not strain. May the powers of discernment grow and become very pure in you, so that the states of confusion will diminish. Feel your peace. That peace is inside you. It is your own fragrance. Feel the space within you. This is not the product of imagination. Feel the lightness in your being. This is not something you have created. Can this fade? Can it weaken? You're in a position to know this now. Moods will come. Certain phenomena, they will come. They will seem to destabilize a sort of posture. But then you remember, I have no posture. I simply am. Be faithful to your seeing. Honor yourself. There's no ego, there's no arrogance in this, there's no pride, there's no specialness in this.